Here's a look at the emini S&P for Wednesday, August the 31st, 2011. Well, going into today, we knew that the likelihood that the market would have a bit of a pullback was something obviously we were considering. And we did have a resistance area, the first one around 19 or so, up in this area here, the overnight market reaching up to 20.5, and then the next one at 28 to 30, and the market reaching up in the regular trading hours to almost to 30. So, but it did have a good sell-off, as you can see. So, by the way, these are the market profiles, and this is today's market profile and volume profile. This is yesterday's, and the one in the middle is what occurred overnight. So, we were looking at continuing market to move higher, but realizing that we could certainly be the market could certainly have some sort of correction, but still within the context of an intraday up auction, which we still believe is unfolding. Even though we had that good dip today, it turned right around and had a rally of, I think it was about 14 points or something like that off of the low today. So we're looking still for a market to move higher. Of course, tomorrow the jobless claims number will be released, and that'll come out at 8:30 Eastern Time, as well as productivity and costs. A little bit later at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, 1/2 hour into the regular trading hours, the ISM manufacturing number will be released, as well as construction spending. So there is some news tomorrow which could obviously move the market, and certainly big news on Friday because the September's employment situation numbers. So just be careful of those. That when those numbers are released, the market's likely to get pretty volatile. So. With this as a background, with a market mostly controlled by sellers during the intraday time frame, in other words, during the daytime frame today, the regular trading hours, but within the context of the upper or the up intraday auction, it makes trading sort of a bit of a conflict, obviously. So we didn't have that many trades today as a result, and you do have to be a little bit more nimble on days like today. So let's take a look at the trades that we did take. You can see here our charts. Now these are the market profiles from the regular trading hours only. So let's take a look at our software here, and you can see the trades. Of course, our trades are identified with blue up arrows and a dashed blue line until the price is hit. This price was hit right away. We had a beautiful fill on the first trade, got long here. We're able to actually hold it right to the top. Moved 7 points in our favor, and we were able to take 5 points out. We actually got stopped out right here for a 5-point gain on the second half of that position. Now we did only trade half a position on that trade because of the extreme volatility of the bars leading into that. The second trade here, we got long right here. This was also a long trade. It bounced up immediately for our first objectives, then ended up by stopping us out at break even. The third trade over here, as you can see from this up blue arrow here, we actually did not take this trade. As you can see, we were into the red filter and wanting to be wary of taking any kind of long trade when we have that kind of filter. You can see the other trades that we did have here. We had a couple of short indications, as you can see right here. And then we had a couple of long trades, one long trade there. These long trades were actually, even though they were set up just prior to the cash closing, they were filled right at the cash closing, which is too late for us. Now this trade here, this first one didn't get triggered until here, and we were green by that time, so there was no trade on that. This other trade here, you can see it came within a tick of getting us filled, and then had a nice drop here of about 3.5 points. We didn't get filled on that. We got filled up here, but when we have what we call an interrange fractal like that, we usually don't take that trade. It did come up and uh, stop us out. But when we're taking a look at this trade, it only had 1 out of 3. So whenever we just have 1 out of 3 of our components, we don't take the trade. So it turned out not to be a trade, even though it did have the red filter right here. Um, it was kind of one of the dodgy trades as far as that. It's almost into the gray area, which of course some trades will get into because there's every trade you take a look at, every setup you take a look at, there's always pluses and minuses for it. We did take this trade over here though, which was a long trade after the market had a really good bounce off of the lows down here at 10. Unfortunately, we got stopped out on that. It seems like we were just a little too early there. It came down, had that one more dip down here before it finished the day with that really strong bounce. So we're looking around 14 for support, and then at 12, so pretty close in there, and then up to about 26, 28, and 30. But we still think we're in the up move, but just be very careful in regards to when the news is released tomorrow. So market's likely to get pretty volatile. Any questions or comments, just reach us at info@emini daytrader. Always enjoy hearing from you. So that'll be it for today, and we'll see you again tomorrow.